safe at home. As you know, I am your science teacher, Krishna Oza, and today we are going to study chapter number 3 of standard 7 NCERT syllabus. The name of the chapter is Fiber to Fabric. So you might have many questions in your mind that, ma'am, we have studied already in 6th standard. Now what we have to study in 7th again? Same thing we have to study? No. In 6th standard you studied about various fibers which we get from plants, right? But in 7th standard you have to study about various fibers which we are getting from animals, right? So let's revise and recall what we have studied in 6th standard. First of all, what is fiber? So you might give the answer that fibers are the strands or threads from which we can make the cloth, right? So fibers are nothing but the strands of natural or artificial substance from which we can make the fabric, right? Okay. Then there are two types of fibers. Yes, one is natural fiber and the other is synthetic fiber, or we can say man-made fiber. So natural fibers are the fibers which we get from the nature. Okay, so we can say that there are two types of natural fiber, that is, yes, plant fibers and animal fibers. Plant fibers are the fibers which we get from plants like cotton, jute, hemp, etc. Okay, and animal fibers means the fibers which we get from animals. Okay, say for example wool, silk, etc. Right. Then we studied about synthetic fibers. Okay, synthetic fibers are man-made fibers, means the fibers which we can make at the factories, at the laboratories, etc. Right. So these fibers we have made, that's why it is known as man-made fibers. Okay, from chemical substances we have made these fibers. Okay, and these fibers are nothing but, we can say, acrylic, polyester, nylon, rayon. These are the examples of synthetic fibers. Okay, so this we have studied in 6th standard. Now we are moving towards 7th standard, that is animal fibers. As we know, we get the fibers from animals from their body. Okay, the animals like sheep, camel, goat, etc. have lot of hair on their body. Okay, and this hair is known as fleece. So we are removing this fleece of the animal, and then by this fleece we can make the sweaters, scarves, shawls, etc. So this wool we get from the fleece of the animals. Now you will say that, ma'am, if we remove the fleece of the animal, then the animal did not get hurt. No. As we do the hair cutting, right, we are not getting hurt. Same, we are removing the fleece from the body of the animal. Okay, and it is good for them, it is beneficial for them, because we are doing this in summer season, means after winter. Okay, now I have a question that the wool, when we make the sweaters, scarves, shawls, etc. from the wool, then we feel warm. Okay, generally we wear these things in winter, right? So what is the meaning or why this fur is there on the bodies of these animals like goat, sheep, camel, yak, etc. So this wool will help the same to all these animals, means they keep them warm, right? How it is possible? So the answer is, it is possible because the wool have small pores between them. Okay, and due to small pores, the air is trapped inside the wool. Okay, pores means holes, right? So between these small pores, the air is trapped. Now, as we know that air is bad conductor of heat, means air cannot pass the heat from them, right? So air is bad conductor of heat. Okay, so as air is there in between the woolen fibers, then our body warmth, okay, will not move outside. Okay, and the cold environment which is there in our surrounding cannot affect our body if we have woolen sweaters, shawls, etc. Right? So this wool will help the animals to keep them warm, as the woolen fibers have pores inside them, and this pores will trap the air, and air is bad conductor of heat, means it will not allow the heat to pass from our body in the surroundings, right? So this wool will help the animals to keep warm in the very cold weather. After winter, we can remove this fleece, and as winter comes again, this fleece again comes on the bodies of sheep, goat, etc. Right? So we are not hurting the animals at all. Now let's see the first animal fiber, that is wool. Okay? So wool we get from sheep, goat, yak, rabbit, etc. Sheep, goat we know. Okay, yak is generally found in the Himalayan regions or hilly regions. Okay, we get wool from rabbit, camel also. They have thick coat of hair on their body, and this thick coat of hair is known as, yes, as I told you, it is known as fleece. Okay, hairy skin has two types of fibers. See, they have two types of hair, okay, on their bodies. Which two types? Let's see. The coarse beard hair. Beard, you know, right? So it is not fine, means it is not soft. It is somewhat hard, right? So it is known as the coarse beard hair. Okay? And the second is the fine soft under hair, which is close to the skin. Means this hair, okay, is very soft and fine, and it is near the skin. Okay, so when we remove the fleece from these animals, okay, especially the sheep, we get two types of fibers, that is the coarse beard hair and the fine soft under hair, which is close to the skin. Okay, so in some shapes, in some animals, fine soft under hair is only produced, means they do not have coarse beard hair. So this is done by the selective breeding technique. Now let's see what is selective breeding. In selective breeding, what we are doing, we are selecting the parents. Okay, say for example, one sheep is having very fine under hair. Okay, so we are select that sheep, okay, and then reproduction occurs, means that sheep will give the birth to another sheep. Okay, its baby, right? So for special characters like fine soft under hair, we select the parents and then we get many ships which have only fine soft underhair. So this process to select the special characters like fine soft underhair is known as selective breeding. So let's see here. Selective breeding, the process of selecting parents, as I told you, for obtaining special characters in their offspring. Offspring means their babies, their children, right? So special characters. Which are the special characters? Fine soft underhair. Okay. So this special characters in their offspring is known as selective breeding. So it is the process where we are just select the parents for better production of wool. Okay. Now let's move towards the next topic, that is wool from different animals. As I told you here, we get wool from sheep, yak, goat, camel, etc. So let's see which type of wool we get from these different animals. First is sheep. As we all know, we know that sheep is common from which we get wool, right? So the wool of the sheep is common in the market. Then second is yak. Okay, as I told you that yak is generally found in hilly regions. If you go to Manali, then you may find out the yak there, right? So the wool of yak is common in Ladakh and Tibet, right? These are the areas from where we can find these types of wool. Then third is goat. Okay, from goat also we get different types of wool. Okay, in India, in different regions, in different states, we get different types of wool from different animals. So let's see what we get from goat. The wool of goat is common in hilly areas like Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, so special wool known as mohair. Okay, this is the name of wool. Okay, which is very special and it is very good type of wool. So this special wool mohair we can obtain from Angora goats. This Angora goats generally found in Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, so this Angora goat will give us the special type of wool known as mohair. Okay, then second is soft underfur. Okay, is obtained from Kashmiri goat. Kashmiri goat is another type of goat from which we get soft underfur or soft underhair we get, and this is used, means this soft underhair is used to make the fine shawls known as pashmina shawls. These pashmina shawls are very costly and they are having very fine woolen fibers. Okay, which we generally get from Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, then fourth animal from which we get the wool is camel. Okay, the camel family also gives us different types of wool which is generally used to make the carpets and all, right? So here two members of camel families are there, llama and alpaca. Okay, they are the members of camel family, right? So they also give us wool which is found generally in South Africa. Okay, so this llama and alpaca we can found in the region of South Africa. So this is all about today's lecture. You can find out the various types of sheep, goats and camel in Google and you can see the pictures of them, right? And you can note down which type of wool we get from these types of animals. Okay, in next lecture we are going to study about how we can make the fibers from this wool. Okay, means the process of making fibers from wool. Okay, till that, be at home, be safe. Thank you.